Alright, I'm going to show you here how to make simple syrup. Perfect name because honestly, if you can boil water, you can make simple syrup. All it is equal parts sugar and water. You can use white sugar, brown sugar. In this case, I'm using an organic white sugar. So you'll notice once this is done, mine might have more of a golden hue than if you're just using regular processed white sugar. Here I'm only doing a half a cup of each. So you put them in the pot and you turn up the heat and get it to a boil. Once it's at a boil, you can stir it, and once you notice that all the sugar is dissolved, go ahead and turn the stove off and let it cool. Later in this video, I'm going to show you how you can bump it up a notch and make your own flavored simple syrup with whatever custom flavors you want to use. I will be using, in mine, spearmint and lime for an interesting mix. Now in my other video, I'm going to show you how you can use simple syrup to help curb your sugar intake for those of you who are addicted to sugary sodas. Okay, so this has been going on for maybe just a few minutes and it's just starting to boil, as you can hear. I'm going to let it come to a full boil. You can see the sugar has not dissolved yet. Okay, now we have it boiling. Just give it a little bit of a stir. And I'm going to shut the heat off and let it cool down. All the sugar has been dissolved. So we'll let that cool. Okay, now it's had some time to cool down, about 100 degrees. It's not too bad. And we're ready to put it in a jar and put it into the fridge for use for later. I like to just use a small mason jar to put the simple syrup in and put it in the fridge for use as needed. And as I mentioned before, I used an organic white sugar, so you can see how golden that really is. Yeah, put it behind a white thing, you can see the color. It wasn't brown sugar, that was white sugar. Okay, so now you know how simple it is to make simple syrup. I told you before we're going to bump it up a notch. I'm going to use a cup this time of each sugar and water. Start with the basic, get that boiling, get the sugar dissolved, and then I'm going to infuse it with some spearmint and lime in this case. You can use whatever herbs or fruits or combination thereof as you want. You can have some fun with this, try different combinations. And as far as the amounts you use, that's really up to you. It doesn't really matter. If you want a really strong flavor, obviously put more in. If you want just a hint of, say, mint or whatever, just put a little bit in. Once again, you start out the same. You get the water and sugar to a boil and let it boil until the sugar is dissolved. I'm switching to a spatula because that metal spoon on metal pan was a little loud. So this is what we'll do instead. Let that boil a little bit. Okay, again, it's had a chance to boil for a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds. The sugar is now completely dissolved. So I'm going to turn off the heat again. And now I'm going to add my flavor enhancers, which in this case will be some lime, fresh spearmint. So that'll be a lime spearmint mixture. And again, just going to let that sit and steep until it's cool. We'll come back and check on it. Okay, I let this one cool down for quite a long time. It's now down to ambient temperature, about 75 degrees. And normally, if you've cut up your herbs and minced them, you'll probably want to use a strainer. Otherwise, in this case, I can just pick them out along with the fruit. And then put this into a mason jar into the fridge. And then you can add it to your iced tea or your sparkling waters or whatever you want. Again, thank you for watching. Hope this has been educational. I will say this, the mint, that small amount of mint I used, you can really taste it. It's a little bit stronger than the lime, but you can also taste that too. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.